On September 22, 2021, at 8:11 a.m., firefighters responded to a dumpster fire in Fort Worth, Texas. But instead of finding a routine blaze, they discovered something horrifying. Inside the smoking bin were the dismembered remains of several people. That moment sparked the beginning of one of Texas' most disturbing murder cases.
The man behind it all was 41-year-old Jason Thornburg, a quiet guy to neighbors. He lived in a small motel room at the Mid-City Inn in Euless, Texas. Jason had a long, troubled past filled with strange obsessions, religious beliefs, and the growing need to carry out what he believed was his divine mission.
Jason was born in Arizona and raised in a strict religious household. His father was a pastor. Jason followed the same path for a while, studying theology and even preaching to friends. But over time, things started to shift. His beliefs became more extreme and more violent. He became obsessed with sacrifice, fire, and cleansing sin through death.
The first big turning point came in May 2021. Jason's roommate, Mark Jewell, was found dead in the home they shared. At the time, it was thought to be a suicide, but Jason later admitted he had slit Mark's throat in the bathtub, cleaned up the scene, and left the body. No one suspected a thing.
On September 15, 2021, 42-year-old David Lueras arrived at Jason's motel room looking for a friendly chat and a place to crash. They shared a few beers and talked late into the night. When David stretched out to rest, Jason said he saw a sign from God. With chilling calm, he slit David's throat. Then he spent hours dismembering the body in the bathtub and cleaning up the crime scene.
2 days later, on September 17th, Jason met 34-year-old Lauren Phillips in the motel lobby. She had been down on her luck and accepted his invitation to share a meal. After dinner, Jason offered to let her sleep in his room. Once Lauren laid down, Jason struck again, same methodical precision. Throat slit, then dismemberment in the tub, each piece placed into plastic bins.
By September 19th, Jason believed his mission demanded a third sacrifice. He invited 33-year-old Maricruz Mathis under the pretense of kindness and shelter. Maricruz arrived hoping for help, but ended up in the same trap. Jason killed her and repeated the dismemberment ritual. He wrapped her remains in bags and bins alongside the others, convinced he was serving a divine purpose.
He didn't panic. He stayed calm, like he rehearsed it. Using tools from a nearby Walmart, Jason dismembered each body in the bathtub. He placed the parts into plastic containers, waited until nightfall, and loaded them into his car. He drove across Fort Worth to a remote dumpster near Bunny Drive.
At around 8 a.m. on September 22nd, he poured gasoline into the dumpster and set it on fire, hoping the flames would destroy all the evidence. But the fire didn't burn hot enough. When the firefighters arrived to put it out, they saw the body parts still intact, and they knew something was terribly wrong.
The investigation moved quickly. Surveillance footage showed Jason's Jeep Cherokee near the scene. Detectives tracked him to his motel, where they found blood evidence, tools, and more footage placing him with the victims. On September 23rd, Jason was arrested without a fight.
In his confession, Jason calmly told the police that he was fulfilling a prophecy. He said the murders were sacrifices. He described each killing in detail, and even telling officers how he cleaned up afterward. His lack of emotion shocked the investigators.
During interviews, he showed no remorse. He even said he would have continued if he hadn't been caught. Police later confirmed that the fire was only part of his ritual. He believed burning the bodies would send their souls to God.
Jason was charged with 3 counts of capital murder and held on a $1 million bond. As of now, he's awaiting trial. Many believe he'll never walk free again. The case left the community shaken, and not just by what he did, but how he did it with such calm precision.
What's chilling is how long he went unnoticed. His first known kill was in May, and 4 months passed before anyone even suspected him. And during that time, he walked among people, planned each detail, and saw himself as a man on a mission.
Authorities now suspect he may be linked to other unsolved deaths in the area. His own words hint that there might be more. If true, the full story of Jason Thornburg may be even darker than anyone thought.
What started as a dumpster fire turned into a nightmare that peeled back layers of madness, obsession, and cold calculation. And it all ended in a small Texas motel, where 3 innocent people met a man who believed he was chosen to kill.